Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a new episode of Sacred Underworld. It's probably going to be the second to last episode, and I've got to admit we've gone a long way. We still have a little bit to go. Main quest is leading us here, and when that's done, we will have to go to Brave Rock Castle. And after that, well, I know what's going to happen, but I can't tell you yet. But let's do a small recap using the big map. We started here in Bellevue as something that dropped out of the sky, and a bypasser told us, hey, listen up. I don't know who you are and where you come from, so I won't put you in jail, but the commander here has need of fighters. So please help them. Makes sense, right? So we went from Bellevue after helping people here to Silver Creek. From Silver Creek, with all the questing, including the one failed, we went to Port of Vellum, where we had received a message to lead to Urkenburg, which we did. And we were told over there to head out north. So we traveled over Florentina, past various crossings, to Close Rock Castle, and we got a message to move up even further north to recruit several of the elite troops. And while we're there, we decided to do a little side trip down, encountered a dragon. We went up north, helped people in Wolfsdale and Slater's Grave, got to the encampment near Ice Creek Pass, and found out we were betrayed. We survived that assassination attempt. Our companion didn't, so we had to travel back. And I think I forgot that we actually did a visit to Timberton before we got to Crossroads. So we went back to Port of Vellum and moved from Port of Vellum to the east, all the way down the desert, the Urkuk Desert to be precise. Found the encampment here at the moved further south and found basically the entire, most of the army being butchered. So we had to head back, had to warn the prince. We got some news that the prince may be alive, so once again we moved up, went to Porto Draco, did a small sidestep all the way along the forest borders, the river border, to kill a dragon, the second. Then helped Baroness Vilja, the betrothed of our possible king, to escape to Tir Fasul, where we found a sorceress, and the sorceress said there is a possible reason you need to visit the orcs. Hence, we went back into the desert, ending up at the oasis of Ahil-Tar. From there, with all the side quests we did in the several cities, we ended up in the orc city of Shaddar-Nur. Found out that there's some particular kind of horn there, which means we had to leave to Brave Rock Castle the first time. So we took a portal again back to Port of Vellum, and this time we traveled north and then turned towards Bravebury. Went north, then took a little sidestep to Shai's pen before we entered Brave Rock Castle, only to find that the prince is alive but hiding in the sewers, and we were once again sent to a new mission, this time to capture the elements of Ankara. So we went a little bit east and south to help the people there, then went into the area of the gloom and eventually ended up in Shaddar-Nur, which was once a dwarven fortress and now has been overtaken by dark elves who are living there. We found the element. No, I'm making a mistake. Sorry, I'm making a mistake. From Brave Rock Castle we had to go to Al-Ghazaba-Nogdrako, which means encampment, and from the encampment to here. When we found the element, we had to kill a dragon. From that point we went on to Shaddar-Nur, found another element, killed the dragon. We had to move to the monastery at Ice Cream Pass. I think that's actually the very first, where we found an element and a dragon in Frostguard, to be precise. And eventually we went over to Viragnar, where we found an elephant but didn't find a dragon. We went into the marshes, helped people in Gloomore, did a sidestep with treasure hunters, which brought us to another boss we eventually defeated. We moved on, ended up in Drakinden, where we found another dragon which we couldn't kill, but he was very helpful. And eventually, after traveling to Morbrook, we ended up in Mystdale Castle, where we were told to move on to Shaddar-Nur, and that's what we're going to do now. So, let's buff up.
Armor's weak against standard damage.
And next time I should buff up before moving in. This is basically another part of the gloom, and as you can see by the trees, it's all set. And so this area was called by players as Old Mystdale. I don't know if it's actually listed like that on the map. But you might as well call it the area of the screaming witches, or use another word to replace the W by the B, but either way, screaming. And always in situations like that, my buffs run out. I'm going to clear this area because I can and I want.
Here we are, you and I, the scoundrel and his executioner.
So there isn't much to explore actually. I don't think there's any there isn't much of interest here. But just to destroy those Sakara screamers is so nice. I think for most of the players in multiplayer, these were one of the worst enemies. We had others, like
Never underestimate a dwarf.
for some people, including me actually, the worst area was the Nook forest. Those creatures had weapon increased damage dealt. So the moment you didn't kill them fast, you were screwed big time. Very big time. Should keep my buff in mind. But as said, because I better keep talking. The worst enemy was in the Nook forest. They have been one-shot killing many players in multiplayer, and probably in single player too. And Crank, it should be with a capital K, but Crank was a moderator at the Sacred International Forum. Anyway, I was talking about the Nook because I've been keeping distracted over and over again. The Nook warriors in that forest were having a modifier I'm using it here as well, called damage wound increase damage dealt, and the more damage they were, the more wounds, the more wounded they were, the more damage they did. And as a result, you could face an opponent which was doing damage you could actually deal with. But if you weren't fast enough in killing it, or if your constitution was too low, so glass cannons really had a problem, and the damage would increase, and combined with attack speed, that could actually stretch you. I've been there already, okay. And with the result that lots of players lost their characters in hardcore. And yeah, nobody liked, especially in hardcore, nobody likes that to happen. Kinda makes sense. You're building up your character to get as far as possible, and in Sacred that meant level 266. And here we have a portal which isn't working. I also think I missed something. There should be a way get to that location. Ah, it's further up.
Hooah!
But yeah, imagine you've been working hard in multiplayer, getting your character up in its skills, and at some point you encounter something which stretches your character in 2 or 3 moves, and you lose it, including, because that was one of the bigger problems, including everything you have collected. The set pieces, the unique pieces, the gold, the runes, everything. The only thing left is the knowledge. In softcore that wasn't that bad, because softcore meant you die and you revive again. We have to take this portal here, ending up. Well, that's not the kind of welcoming committee I was hoping for, but okay. That's it. As I was saying, in softcore it wasn't that bad, because softcore meant you lose your character, but you will revive at a save point, and I think save points were either in the region, cities, or portals. And multiplayer, I think softcore, you ended up at Starter Island. I never played softcore bar once because I made a mistake. So I don't know where you would end up. I love this. Back at killing undead.
Ha! Never underestimate a dwarf.
So I don't know where you would end up in softcore, but at least you lose. I think you lost lots of gold and maybe some skill. I don't know, but it's not nice. But because yeah, you have to restart from the point where you respawn, etc., etc., and you still have to face the same thing again.
Hooah!
But at least you'll be able to keep everything. In hardcore, everything was gone, and that means absolutely everything. And yeah, I know people who actually did that, and let's say that there's a lot of swear words. People, sorry, a lot of swear words people can actually put in chat because of what happened, which it happens to me. It has been happening to me, so I understand the emotions. It's not okay to use the swear words, but yes, I understand the emotions. It has happened to me. I've lost a character which was over level 100 because of something called monster spawn kill done by members of a certain clan who thought it was nice to test players. They were eventually banned, but it was very close to start a PvP like clan war, which, considering there weren't PvP, or at least I don't think there was PvP, the whole game would be messed up. Anyway, like I said, I know how it felt to lose a character in multiplayer. I've lost characters of mine in multiplayer due to the Nook Nook, and it wasn't fun. I know people have lost their characters because of the Nook Nook and they weren't happy.
Well, it seems size
At
does
some
not
point
matter
a
after
clan
all.
event, and even at that point somebody lost his character because of a Nook Nook.
Ha!
So yeah, it also creates epic stories. And yeah, I'm going to do a trip down memory lane today. I can't remember the player's name, unfortunately, and if he still exists. No, sorry, that's not what it meant. If he is still around and watching this, I hope you will leave a comment, because it's one of the most epic things that I have seen happening in Sacred multiplayer. One day, I don't know even which character I was playing, probably Dwarf, but one day the player lost his character, and I have no idea where, but he lost his character, and that character was still starting out. It was close to 60, I think, so almost ready to head silver or bronze, either one. And we had a very good community at the time. So everybody offered help, which means runes, armor, money, so that person could start out. And after that we offered guidance, was it needed. And frankly speaking, knowing from memory, at least if my old memory serves me right, it was one of the more, oh, we had another one, one of the more experienced players. I think I even asked him, I thought it was a him, but for help, so certainly one of the more experienced players. So, player restarts at the island, creates a character, and wants to do a quick trip to get to Port of Vellum. So yeah, Bellevue area, wrong button. You start here, this tiny speck, or that tiny speck, no, I think it's this tiny speck. You start here, and from there you can jump. And he decided to do a few quests in Bellevue and then move on through Silver Creek, run to Port of Vellum, and from there going down into the desert to get the undead, because undead was giving most of the experience points for a starting character. There is another way using the tower, but this was the old-fashioned way. His intention was to follow the main storyline, I remember that. So he started, okay, I'm in Silver Creek, wish me luck, everybody, good luck, have fun. You know, he went on to Silver Creek, and all of a sudden in the text, crap, what happened? I died, I'll be back. So, came back with a new character. You need help? Do you need money? No, I don't need to, thanks for the offer. Then we have to go down. Thanks for the offer, etc., etc. I'm starting off, yeah. That's another thing we're going to do today. Kill the big spideys. So he went on, okay, off to Silver Creek.
Ha!
Well, that's not a problem. A few minutes later, off to Bellevue. Takes off to Portobello. It remains quiet for a while. Shit. What, you died? Yep, I died. I'll be right back. And that went on so often that at some point people say, dude, wouldn't it be better to give up? No, I won't give up until I'm actually in Portobello, and if I'm able to get there, I'll log off by that time. He attempted to do that 12 times, and eventually at 13 he managed to get there. 13 attempts to get to Portobello, including several where he just got killed close to the bridge. At some he was, I'm on the bridge, I'm almost there. Shit. It's really epic. The persistence to go on. But yeah, we all felt how he was doing.
17,001.
And yeah, at that point you realize how good a community can be. Once he managed to get to Portobello, he was like, okay, everybody who wants to help me, go ahead, you can do it now. Because at that point he had that many skills he could survive. And as we know, Portobello is having a market. So with the donations from other people, he was able to get some better gear. And yes, managed to survive. I don't know where that character ended, but 13 attempts to get to a certain place because he didn't want to give up. And we kept telling him, hey, listen up. Why don't you just give it a rest for today, try another character or whatever. No, I'm going to make it with this character.
Ha!
No matter what happens, I'm going to manage it with this character. So yeah.
Ha!
Then of course there are the worst stories, like, oh, this is going to be fun. I'm still having the same problem I had last time. 1 and 2. One, two, three, 4. So I'm doing those two. I keep this point open, and once the recording is done, I will give it to Dwarven Lore, because otherwise I'm running the problem. I have my recording button here, and it should be located this spot. But with this game being a different resolution, it decided to move to the side of my screen instead of the top. Like I said, this button actually needs to be horizontal. Well, never mind. Other multiplayer stories. I think I told you this.
Somewhere.
By having a kid XP leeching. Okay, people, careful, because there's a dragon here. Where? Oh, here it is. Shit, it's attacking me. And yeah, being the lowest level, needed to be saved by the most experienced players, including me. Not funny. I nearly died with that. Then of course you have the times you actually play and save people. The times you were playing with female players. It's so sad. No, I actually did that. I picked up one of the extra rings at some point. So doing a quest and somebody doing another quest and running out of time. Hey, I got one of those rings left. I'll jump over to the oasis, meet you there so you can turn it in, and after you give that ring to a person getting the reply, you know you shouldn't give a ring to a married woman. Yeah. Or later, somebody you like, you gave flowers you could pick up and a ring, and it's like, is this a proposal? Well, what do you think? So, lots of fond memories. Some bad memories. In particular, losing a character because of killing by monster train. It can be a valid tactic in games, but it's so... well, I won't call it sneaky. In a way, it's disrespectful. Putting people to a challenge who are playing a game for fun, simply because in your country the best players are those who are knowing each and every mechanic and build the best build, which, considering you work with a random drop rate, is pretty hard to do, unless you get help. Getting the best equipment with help from each other. No, it's not how I prefer to play a game. I won't use the word unfair, because of course everybody wants a challenge, but to call it fair? No, certainly not. Simply because it's a kind of challenge not everybody is up to, or not everybody is willing to deal with. The way it's done, very simple. Check where people are, move in a character which is by far higher, kill stuff, and when the monsters respawn at your level, drag them on towards that player, and then have another player waiting at the starting island in a team and simply jump to them the moment that player you drag the monsters to is starting to fight. Or don't interfere, just let them fight out. If they survive, bad luck, good luck for them. If they die, bad luck. No, it's not how I play. And like I said, knowing that it's nearly started a clan war, because it was a clan of players doing this, kinda shows how bad it was actually received. Up to the point where Karen, who owned the servers, decided that they would actually ban that clan to prevent a clan war happening. Because at that point you would have the same method being used against that group. And that method would include players, that's not the portal,
Fire of damnation!
who were
Pray
not
for forgiveness!
planning to be involved. It's zigzagging time, people. Nothing here to be. Hey. This is one of the regions where a ranged character is having a big advantage. Because the setting of this area makes it easy. I thought I was picking up something, but apparently not.
Ha!
I think there's actually a quest somewhere down here. I know there are a few quests. Hey, shouldn't I be able to get there? Probably from the other side. I know there's one quest, but that's not here.
Ha! Normal weapons fail to damage these creatures.
They don't.
Ha!
The Ring of Suffocation. Mm, 5% resistance. Open wounds, split. 55.99 to weapon lore. Shame.
Ha!
That's Savior. Was it a mod? Savior was a player who actually set up a very good guide to Sacred, or at least this part of Sacred. Not sure if he ever did. I know it's a he. I'm not sure if he ever did a guide to Underworld. I don't think so. But the game itself, what we just played, without most of the side quests actually, The main quest is actually all put in a guide by him. And a death. Let's see that shield we got. Nice, but not good enough. So let's follow the zigzagging. Like I said, it's a very good area for ranged combat. Unless I miss, of course. If you're playing a wood elf and have penetrating arrows, this is a real nice spot for fighting. Because with that, you're actually able to hit multiple characters if you want to. So this is not going to be the last episode, that's for certain. And fortunately, I only have to run this area once. Or at least, I think I have to run it once. Yeah, because that's where we end up, and there should be a portal somewhere.
Normal weapons fail to damage these creatures.
Drops are terrible, by the way. and gets ran out of luck.
Ha!
Wait. Maybe. If I start using the right armor, I'm getting more lucky.
Well, here we are. You and I. The scoundrel and his executioner.
Hey. Ah, it works.
Ha! Hooah!
I thought it was going up. Yeah. So I will deal with anything here first. Doesn't matter much, as things will respawn in my back anyway.
Ha!
All those bats and birds make it a little bit harder to start moving. But we'll get there. Screamers. Kinda like a Superman song, except they were singing about
to
a
find
dreamer.
out whether you are a worthy opponent.
Just follow the path.
Ha! Ha!
Not really the most liked area by people, because there are in general not that many monsters here. It's pretty straight world. Yeah, you're zigzagging, but it's pretty dull when it comes to that, because it's following the path. There's not that much room to go elsewhere. Desert is a big open area you can go in and explore as much as you like. Up here it's simply running and having very few monsters to deal with. Come on, come. I can't say come to Papa because I'm not his father.
Ha!
Get hit, Bud Ugly. This is the point where most of the weapons don't work. Oh well. He gets my axe. Done. '207 protection, nice, but I don't need it anymore. I think I just showed the reason why people in the army driving tanks, armored trucks, things like that don't like to be in the forest. That's our goal, so we're going up first. Because, yep, portal, last one. So we have to get the next elements. And this is going to be fun. There won't be a dragon. There will be another problem. But not one we can't solve. And for fun, oh, the word cliffhanger. This is another portal we can use. I think we are able to use it later. Look at the tiny footsteps, even. That works. Right. Done. Now it's time to get into the castle. Or better said, building. And there it is.
Welcomes to Shaddar-Nur. Poor Globa. Bad demons in cellar. If you help me and makes bad demons splat, Globa gives you prezi. Nice book. All blacks with goldfish face. But Globa not a read. Messer Globa, master of Shaddar-Nur.
Okay, anybody having a Jar Jar Binks flashback? Well, let me put it like this. If George Lucas has seen this little piece You know where Jar Jar things came from? Because this game was before we had Jar Jar showing up in one of the Star Wars movies. So, let's get that book.
About to find out whether you are a worthy opponent. Ha!
Today's menu, gargoyle flambe. Oh, we already got them everything. Oh, not gargoyle, ghoul. Including a portal rune. Then we have to pick up a book. And there's the element of the void.
This place has seen a lot of evil.
And remember the opening movie? This is where the Sakara demon was summoned. This is, as you can see, a corpse. But this was where Shaddar was standing and doing the summoning. So, is it safe to assume the corpse is his? Well, we never saw what happened. Yeah, I like this.
You have just enlisted a dwarven warrior.
So, one side quest taking Gluba to his place of birth. I got an ogre pet. Distant swamp to the north of the enclave of Mystdale. He actually gave it away. The quest marker gave it away too. But we're going there. So we got the portal room. And we had a portal. And we're back at this old portal. So apparently Shaddar used private portal to travel between his tower and Mystdale.
Heathen!
So once again we have to travel all north. The good thing, oh god, I forgot about that.
Ha! Burn in the fire of damnation!
Stand still. I think in multiplayer we could bypass that by using the portal to go to town, and from that jump with using a tower portal into the gloom. So the trip was less dangerous. We're going to encounter those butt wipes a lot. Because it's a very long trip. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to cut some parts off. So I think I can do that. Traveling to Moorbrook this way and then up north. It means ghosts and spiders. But yeah, we've been dealing with those before and we know how to deal with them.
Pray for forgiveness.
Just those screaming pieces of dung. I prefer something calling meat.
Ha! 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 Burn in the fire of damnation! Normal weapons fail to damage these creatures.
Only if you miss.
Ha!
Funny thing, something I didn't mention, at least I think I didn't. The animal sounds you hear are also used in the Port Royal games. At least that whistling thing.
Hooah! Hooah! I'm going to kill you!
I'm going to drop this guy off and return to here and end it for today. Next week we're going to head back to Mystdale and Mystdale Castle. And we have to be
Nice place. Globber stay here fish. Find nice ogre girl and have good time. You good friend. You come always. We
so. Yep. Bye, friend. Oh, I forgot something. At least I managed to keep you alive this time. I failed this quest in multiplayer a few times. Usually because you were running into an area where other players were active and all of a sudden you were at a lower level. It happens. It's part of multiplayer. It's the nice part of multiplayer actually. The risk. So there's a merchant here. Anything? Yes, that is what I need to drop off. Might as well drop these off. I'm not using ranged combat as skill. That's the ring I was talking about. We will get to another point in, not in this game, but in Underworld, where we were actually able to find some bush we have to get. And if you pick up many of those, they also end up in your inventory. Really. So I'm still running around with a level 2 cannon, simply because of the generation of a special move being very good and attack. Amazing. And I've been so stupid. Should have checked that first. Anyway, undo my previous mistakes. This is it for today. I'm sorry. But yep. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. We traveled a lot, but basically didn't do much. What? Yeah, contradicting, I know, but it's really true. We traveled a lot, but we didn't do much. I mean, the only thing we did in the past hour was moving back and forth to Shaddar-Nur and Mystdale and do one side quest. That's it. Still, thanks for watching, and I hope you've been enjoying it. I did. I hope to see you after the holidays, so wishing you a very Merry Christmas, and see you next week. Goodbye.